Yeah, World Class was way ahead of the times with their production. Not just Keith Mitchell, but Dan Bynum. The way they mic'd the ring, the way they shot. I mean,
Dan Bynum. Dan
there's,
Bynum.
there's so much innovation here. How about Chris Adams? I mean, you talk about a guy who has influenced generations of wrestlers. As far as I can recall, Mr. Manning, he's the innovator of the super kick. Is that the way you remember it?
Yes. Yeah, and I remember the first night we had a little monitor in the office, where we could see the matches going on, and so when Chris came in, sharp dressed man, that's what I would call him, and when he went to the ring, and he had the match, I remember everybody in that dressing room when he did the super kick for the first time. It was just like everybody was like, "Wow!" He had a way to hit his leg as he did it, and it looked like he tore the guy's head off. And like I say, he could talk, and so we had a great run with Chris, both as a babyface and as a heel. Chris's problem was, many people know that kept up with World Class. When he got with alcohol, it would control him. He didn't control it,
Right.
and he became really bad. He actually did a little bit of time because he headbutted a pilot on a plane coming back from Puerto Rico.
Oh, wow.
Yikes.
Yeah. And so they were waiting for him when he landed in Dallas. And he ended up getting, I think, about 6 months.
Tony, you ever headbutt a pilot?
No. I never headbutted a pilot. Pilots never headbutted me. But I know a lot of passengers that pilots should headbutt.
Yeah.
It would make the flight a lot better. Okay. I'm all for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
My goodness. Well, we're watching. Hopefully, you're watching along with us. And man, what a crowd this is. And one of the things I've always wondered, whenever you have a show like this, David, is what's the backup plan if this thing doesn't cooperate weather-wise? Like, if it just starts pouring rain, it's just business as usual. It's a football game. We're going to do it anyway.
I think we would have had to do it. I mean, you got 39,000 people there, and the Cotton Bowl, as you hit it right on the head, it's not covered.
Right.
It's an open stadium, and we got really, really lucky. Now it was in it was a time of year where it's like drought here, and so we were pretty confident of how it was going to be. But you never know. Texas, it could snow today and be 120 tomorrow.
October 6th, 1985 is when this one went down. And it's funny that I didn't even really think about it until just now, but of everybody involved in this match, it's just you and Kevin that's still with us, right?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought I was coming home back from Japan one time, and ESPN had a tape on, and I was watching the tape, and there was 3 matches, 2 single matches. There was a tag team main event, counting the announcer and counting the other referee. I was the only one alive on the tape.
Wow.
Yeah. If there was any curse, that was the other thing. Kevin will say right now, there was never a thing about the Von Erich curse. That's Hollywood,
Right.
And so, I was telling Kev the other day, if there was a curse here, maybe it's when Fritz bought the land out in Edom. It had arrowheads all over it and stuff like that. I told someone the other day, I said, maybe that's where the curse came in, because when he bought it, less than a month later, when he's building the home down there, he's in his motorhome. That's when Dave died. And every death took place while he was in Edom.
Wait, so you think this is some sort of Indian burial ground?
I know it is, because Chris would go out and search and find all the little arrowheads. They had a heck of a collection for him.
Wow.
And so I said, if there was a curse, it had to come from there.
Of course, we're watching Kevin wrestle barefoot here. I don't know, man. Tony, can you imagine? I mean, I know we've seen other wrestlers like Superfly Snuka and Yokozuna and a few others wrestle barefoot before, but can you imagine that, Tony? Like in the Jim Crockett promotion days, a guy making towns and all these different buildings and wrestling barefoot. That's just hard for me to wrap my head around.
Yeah, me too. And of course, Marshall does today.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that always has. I've always wondered about that, but I mean, that was his trademark.
It was.
And, you know, for people watching this, just to set the stage a little bit more, you'll notice all the wrestlers around the ring. We had lumberjacks around the ring, so we had brought just about all the guys that had worked, including Lance. Even Chris Von Erich was outside at that time. Gosh, he couldn't have been probably 12, 13. But we had them on the outside. And in this match, there was really I mean, obviously there was rules, no gouging in the eyes, that kind of stuff. But pretty much everything else we were just letting go. There had to be a winner.
Well,
let's see if we can track a little bit of this and listen to Bill Mercer.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's on
absolutely.
the commentary.
you know he is. Here we go.
Kevin going over the top for Chris Adams. Tito's back in with Kerry. Chris Adams goes up. Kelly Kaleski and Tatumson, they did exchange. Well, that's not any real proof. Peter Hernandez rolling in now with Kerry Von Erich. Got him wrapped up.
Are you still in any communication with Bill Mercer?
You know, I saw him at the premiere. He was in a wheelchair. He's in his 90s now.
Yeah.
And boy, they didn't even come close of the guy on screen and Bill Mercer in the movie. But what a phenomenal guy. I mean, he's a legend up at the University of North Texas. Pretty much just ran the whole film department. And, you know, and obviously at one time he was also the voice of the Cowboys. So, you know, before we brought him in for the wrestling.
Right.
Wow.
He did the Cowboys before they were the Cowboys, right?
Exactly.
Before they were named the Cowboys.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think they were the Texans or something like that.
Yeah. Great guy too. And you know what? His memory's still sharp as heck. I got a chance to talk to him at the premiere, and just
In
one,
his 90s.
one of the good guys.
Yeah. Well, God bless him, because I'm in my 60s and I can't remember shit. I noticed, and we were tracking the play-by-play there, like that chair.
Throwing that chair on him with the legs. It's
Yeah.
not the chair you're used to in wrestling.
It's not a fold-up chair.
No,
But-
it is not.
Just the fan response.
Unbelievable.
It's incredible. The absolute fan response is unbelievable. I love he's wielding that chair, man. Those 4 legs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Stuck him in the back with it.
Yeah.